Now, first test match between England and India has ended in a draw, and many Indian fans are disappointed. They are feeling that the first test match could have been won by India and England got an escape due to rain. While English fans are also feeling that they could have won this match because the ball would have done something on day 5. But the final result is that the match is a draw, and now the second test match is going to start from 12th of August, and things will get settled in this test match. Who is going to take the lead? And in this test match, first of all, let's talk about the venue, pitch, and the weather. This match is going to happen at the ground of Lords in London. And the pitch, traditionally, the pitch here favors seam bowlers and swing bowling. It doesn't offer much help to the spinners, and it is not exactly really good for batting. Batsmen usually struggle here. It is considered a heaven for seam bowlers. And talking about the weather, well, weather in England is always unpredictable. You can't really say if it's going to rain or not and how much. But as far as I know, that the weather on this ground in this test match will be better than what we had in the first test match. So maybe you will have some sort of rain, but you won't see a lot of hours getting wasted or whole day getting wasted due to rain. So I'm sure there will be a result in this test match. And now talking about the expected playing 11 of both the teams. So first of all, let's talk about England. England, I feel, can make two changes in their playing 11, and that too in their batting. First of all, their openers are not in good form. Rory Burns and Dom Sibley, and they are also not in good form in their domestic circuit. I checked their domestic scores in the last 2 months. They haven't done much in the domestic circuit. But between Rory Burns and Dom Sibley, if we see their performance in the two-match Test series between England and New Zealand, Rory Burns scored a century in the first Test match, and he also scored 80 runs in the second Test match. While Dom Sibley performance was average, or you can say just below average, he did score one half century. So I think Rory Burns will be there, but you might see Dom Sibley getting replaced by Hasib Hamid. Hasib Hamid is in really good form, and I was surprised why England didn't pick him in the first Test match. But I'm sure that in the second match, Hasib Hamid will find a place. And at the number 3 spot, again in the first match, England played Zach Crawley, and Zach Crawley has been in terrible form. He is not in good form even in the domestic circuit, and even against New Zealand, he was not in good form. And overall, he hasn't really done much in his Test career except for a double century in Pakistan. But he hasn't really done much. So I feel that England will drop Zach Crawley, and they will include Oli Pope in his place. Oli Pope was in the squad, but he was a bit injured, and now it seems that he has recovered from his injury. So Oli Pope may find his place back in the playing 11, and Zach Crawley will be dropped. And at number 3, you may see Dan Lawrence getting promoted. So and then at number 4, that's Joe Root. Then your Johnny Bairstow. Then number 6, Oli Pope will return. At number 7, England will continue with Joss Butler as their wicketkeeper batsman. And I think they will go with the same bowling attack which they played in the first Test match. That is Sam Curran, Ollie Robinson, Stuart Broad, and James Anderson. And now talking about India's playing 11. Uh, First of all, let's have a look at what Virat Kohli said after the first Test match. He said that we are going to follow the same template, that is 4 plus 1, 4 seamers and 1 spinner, which they did in the first Test match. He said that we will follow this same approach in the remaining Test series also. So that means most probably you won't see Ravichandra Ashwin back into the team. He may sit out again in the second match. And in the bowling, maybe there may be one change that Siraj may sit out and Ishant Sharma might come in. That is the only change I see happening. Otherwise, India can go with an unchanged playing 11. It may be the same playing 11 which they played in the first test match. Pujara may retain his place. Mayank Agarwal, though he is fit, might have to sit out again because KL Rahul performed well as opener, and Pujara he struck three boundaries in the second innings, so I think that should be enough. Although it's not enough for me, but for team management maybe that is enough to give him another match. So I feel India will go with the same team, same playing 11, or maybe only one change. Siraj may make way for Ishant Sharma. Though here I feel that India should drop Pujara and give Mayank Agarwal a chance. And Mayank, in that case, according to me, should bat at number three because Rahul performed well as opener. But I don't see that happening. And now talking about the result, what you can expect in this match. First of all, I will tell you what has happened on the last tour. On the last tour of 2018, when India toured England, then the match which happened at this venue, Lords, India lost that match by a big margin. India lost that match by an innings and 159 runs. So that is a big defeat, and that can show that this is not really a good ground for India, and this is a good ground for England. England usually gets the result in their favor on this ground of Lords. So because of that, I feel that India might struggle in this match, especially their batting. Maybe their batting may collapse in one of the innings, like we saw English batting collapsing in the first innings in the first Test match. You might see India collapsing in their first innings or second innings in the second Test match. And I feel that England will take the lead in the first innings. Their batsmen will perform better. It seems to me that they will continue with their performance in what they did in the second innings, like they scored 303 runs. So in the second test match of first innings, I can see England again scoring around 300 runs, maybe 350. And ultimately, my prediction for this match is I'm sure that England will win this match and go 1-0 up in the series. And talking about players to watch out, I have a feeling that Johnny Bairstow might perform really well in this match. He may be the top scorer of this match. Maybe he will score 70 or 80 runs. I'm not sure about a century, but maybe a 70, 80 runs in one of the innings, and that might be the top score. And this time, I feel that Joe Root won't be the top scorer. And from India, maybe Rohit Sharma will score a half century, which he hasn't done so far in England. And some more players to watch out. I feel James Anderson from England, he will perform well in this match. I feel Anderson may just be the man of the match in this match. He can do what Bumrah did in the first match for India, and few more players who can perform well. Well, Sam Curran, I feel Sam Curran can perform well. Maybe he can score a half century. And Oli Robinson. These are the players. And from India, maybe Shraddha Thakur. Shraddha Thakur can give a good all-round performance if he gets a game, along with Rohit Sharma, and maybe Rishabh Pant will do better than what he did in the first match. So that is my analysis, my preview about this second match. So let's see if India can do something good in this match and give something to cheer about to the Indian fans.